Yeah. So yesterday, we have dealt with this data statement. Okay. So today, uh, start with this infile statement, the second part of it. So normally, infile statement is basically used to, read. Identify either it's an external file or we are reading a raw data in the SAS editor. Okay. So infile statement is always, it should be, accompanied with the help of with the input, with the input statement, either to read the raw data or the external file data. Okay. So normally, so this infile statement has few options. Okay, where these options are used not to read the data. Maybe an external data or the or the or the raw data in a correct way. Sometimes data won't be coming to you as as aligned as possible. Okay, sometimes it may have some kind of delimiters. Delimiters in the sense. So here the actual delimiter is space. Okay, in this space, we may have uh, some kind of special characters. Okay. So some parameters, some data will be, non-aligned in that way. To avoid those situations, we normally use infile options. Okay? The first option is DSD. So it's called, delimiter sensitive data. So so normally most of the files, most of the files, will come with a space or comma. Okay. So normally, so this DSD option is used to read the data when we have a comma in between. Okay, just a moment. So this, it may be it may be a data, it may be a data in terms of raw data in this way, sir, ma'am, or it may be a data in terms of external source. Okay, for example, uh,
Even DML is also delimiter only, right?
DLM,
Hmm.
DLM, sir, yeah,
Yeah, DLM.
yeah. It's an option. It's another option. What happened?
Raju, connect your charger. Your laptop battery is almost about to die.
Yeah. It's okay, sir. It's nearby itself. Yeah. So for example, so in terms of DLM, okay. So normally, as I told before, DLM normally reads data, whenever we have a comma instead of the space. Okay. For example, if I run this the code, so it will be, so as the data is aligned, it will read as is. Okay. So the first four records. The same thing for this one. something for this one. Once I read this one, yeah, no, I get the data in this way. So as this has the same kind of you know the data without the commas. Okay. So thing is, when we have a comma, yeah, in the above case, default elementary space. So there is no problem of using any kind of an infinite option. Okay. And now in the below case, you know we have a thing called delimiter called comma. So these kind of scenarios. So delimiters can be of uh, many types here. So but for DSD, it is only comma. Okay. But in terms of, for example, if we have other than commas, just a moment. Sir. Yeah. So for example, we have other than commas, we have other options for that too. First thing is, so normally, the DSG reads the data with delimiter as a comma. So if we have any kind of uh, two consecutive delimiters in terms of comma, so it treat that as a missing value. First we'll read this. Okay. For example, if I don't use this, so it will be in this way. So the SAS that doesn't know what actually to read because the delimiter is comma. Once you apply this option, DSD, if you see the log here, we get a logical error here over here. Okay, error at the first part. Okay,
Mm.
yeah. See, invalid data errors for cards, increase available buffer line in this way. So SAS doesn't know what to read. So once you uh, put DSD as an option, so we get the data.
No, Rajiv,
Yes, sir.
uh, if it is spaces only, okay, as per the earlier example, instead of ABC, it is A, B, C, D, E, F, okay, it is
Mhm,
below 8 characters.
mhm.
In that case, there would be a challenge or it would not be a challenge because rest of the three below items are only three characters.
No, sir. If it is below 8 characters, it happily reads. I mean, even if it is even the first observation is 7 characters, the second one is 3 characters, it is still below 8 characters, right? So it will
Ah,
happily it will happily read. There is no problem
so
in it.
for sex, it will take male as male only, female as female only, or because it is 8 character, it will consider even F34 also into that.
No, sir. So if it is so that being 8 characters, so it lead until the space.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
What is the best practice? Using space is the best practice, or using comma is the best
No,
practice?
sir. Actually, I mean, mostly. No, you won't be using this.
Raw
This
data.
raw data, data lines concept. Okay, data lines
Hmm.
concept is something that which sometimes sometimes there will be some cases where you have to create your sample data to ingest that into the actual data. The actual larger data set. Okay, so that will be the case. But most of the time, you'll be getting, you'll get the data from an external source in this way, like a text file. Okay, in this way, like an Excel file or CSV file.
Okay.
Yeah. So at that time, you have to use these options. So at that time, it will be an in file, the location file name,
Mhm.
input options. I'm sorry, input the the column names and then the options. So at that time, you will know first. The first thing is uh, always you will just look at the file, right? The what kind of file is it? What does it have? Is the data aligned or not? The first thing you have to check is the data aligned or not? Okay. If it is aligned, that's okay. If it's not aligned, what kind of delimiter does it have? Second thing is, does it have column names or not? Okay. If it doesn't have the column names, what kind of what kind of data is present in the each and every column. So based on
Actually, I
it.
was facing the same challenge because I was
Mm-hmm,
not having any text file. I created one
mm-hmm.
and I was unable to execute it.
Okay, no issues. We can discuss that no, there's
Uh,
there won't be problem. It be solved. Okay. Thing is,
mm.
the second thing is, I said, what kind of columns are there, sorry, what kind of data are there in the specific columns. So based on the, based on our, based on our observation, we can create our own input column names with the specific dollar or not.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. So
And
and
see,
yes, sir.
even text file also can have n number of columns, right?
Yeah,
Very
yes,
multiple,
yes, sir.
huge number of columns. Then
Exactly.
mentioning so many number of columns would not be a challenge.
It's a one time so it's a one time effort, sir. And next time, if the same file comes, it will be the same, right? No, you can automate that, using macros. I mean,
Mm.
it's an forthcoming topic, but just to say.
Okay.
So it will be a one time effort, because normally text file comes in terms of dumps. So dumps in the sense, um so in our banking world. So dumps in the sense, we get this data from from an external source. Okay, where all the card holders or the account holders, for example, they just visit a specific website. Okay, in a day there'll be lakhs of people visiting a specific website. Okay, so we get that kind of dump. So in that, once you get that kind of dump, so it will have the same column names every day, right? So once you create that kind of once you extract that kind of a dump data, so it will have same kind of column names. Okay, so it will be a one-time effort. So once you do that every time, so every time you can just create your own macro. So based on it, once you pass the file name, that's it. It'll automatically read the entire file name.
Okay.
Yeah. So these text files only happen in that way. Apart from that, you will be getting the files in terms of Excel files. Okay. If it's in terms of Excel files or CSV files, then it will be a simple block import, without using this input statement.
Mm.
Yeah. 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 The next one is, thing is, it reads missing values with delimiter as a comma. Okay. Yeah. So if the data has around two consecutive delimiters, so it will be treated as a missing value. So in terms of it normally removes double quotation marks for the character values. Okay. Um, this one. So even this particular data, for example, if I'm reading this one, this sample two has you know delimited data. Let's see. Sample two, sample three. Yeah, sample 2 has data with commas. Okay, I'll just read this one without the DST. No data this way. So that's the reason we have to use this DST. So DST normally omits, it considers that comma as a delimiter and reads the file in an aligned way. Okay. Yeah. The next thing is, so DST even helps to remove the quotation marks for the character values. Okay, when we have quotation marks for the character values. Okay. For example, if I don't use this, okay. Sir, based on our past, past rules about the characters and numerics, just tell me if I don't use this DSD, whether this quotation marks will it be removed?
It will not be removed. It will come as it is, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, why is it, ma'am? Why is it, sir?
Because even commas also it considered as character only.
No,
No, they're not commas, apostrophes.
quotation marks you meant to say.
Quotation marks also it considers as character only.
Okay, so because quotation marks is being even that's a special character. If we use this dollar symbol, so that will be considered. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry. Okay. So okay. Okay. So we got the business. So we got the quotation marks, quotations over
Mm.
here. Okay. Because if we use a character symbol for for any data in terms of the data may have numeric data or the character data or the or the special characters, it still reads the entire data. Okay. So because sometimes the data might come sometimes in terms of data people highlight those kind of data points that this data is important, so they keep the data in in double quote or in double quotation marks. Okay, at
Okay.
that time this will be useful. Okay, we see here as per this rule, it reads missing values with delimiter as a comma. Okay, so after comma this is missing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this has been read as a missing value. Okay, and the next thing is if we have two consecutive commas, it will be read as a missing value. Okay, as per the rule. Yes, if SAS reads two consecutive delimiters is a missing value. Let me just ingest two consecutive delimiters. Yeah. Okay. You see here. So we have ingested two consecutive delimiters. After that, we have passed red races, comma Washington in double quotation marks. We got this one.
Got it.
We got it. Score will be null. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
in that way. So the next thing, so next option is DLM or delimiter. So for example, so if we have data, if we have a data without the without the comma, okay, we have some we had some other kind of delimiter, instead of space. So at that time we use DLM equal to star. So DLM equal to the delimiter in quote in single quotes. Okay, DLM equal to the delimiter in single quotes. Okay, same thing for this one. So here the rules are different. So DLM doesn't remove the quotation marks. So if you have stars in between, we have stars in between in this way. For example, if we have multiple, some in some cases we have no comma as a delimiter. In some cases we have star. In some cases as a comma. So at that time it considers delimiter equal to, so no, we can consider DLM equal to uh, both the delimiters, but in single quotes. Okay. So here it is star space comma. Okay. Yeah. This way we still get the data. Yeah. So here we have used star comma hyphen. An asterisk comma hyphen. Star comma asterisk. So still we get the data. Star comma asterisk. So in this way, we can use our own kind of a delimiters. Okay. So at that time, we have to use DLM equal to so and so. Okay. For example, so this is a question for you. We have quotation marks over here. I still want to remove. Sorry, not here. I still want to remove this. Let me this one. Okay. So what best I can do?
We can combine both DST and
Yeah.
DLM. We can put DST, then after that DLM, single quote, whatever the other special characters are there, we can mention them.
Which means the first DST and then DLM.
First DST and then DLM.
Yeah,
Okay.
DST.
Okay. That's it. Okay. Yes, we got it. So we got data ABC without the quotation marks. Okay, sir. So in this way, we can use based on our approach.
So
we
Raja,
can,
if we want like quotations, so we will use DLM.
Yeah.
yeah,
Hello?
exactly. If,
Yeah.
if we want the data to be read as is, so there is no point of using DSD.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. The next thing is yeah. Have a data with star sample 3. Okay. The same thing for whenever we use an external file. Now we use an external file. In terms of DLM equal to star, the same thing happens. DLM or DST equal to star. In this way. So in this sample, if you observe in sample 2, in sample 3, we have data with stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Asterisks. We got an issue. Why is there an issue? Let me check.
Yeah. Quote. We have only like we have only the strict mark, not the comma, right?
Yeah. It's okay.
It is only star separated, not
Yeah.
comma
Yeah,
separated.
but not the comma. Yeah.
No, that's fine, ma'am. Using
Okay.
extra thing, so it doesn't harm. But but just tell me the issue over here. Just just see the data. Okay,
Okay.
this is the data. Yeah, and now I'm getting this one
Okay.
invalid data. Okay,
So
then what is the issue here? Just tell me that.
actually it's like it's ID is missing, like ID name 1, 2, 3 name John 25. No IDs.
Ma'am, is
Correct.
there any question here? Any suggestion here? You see the data?
Here, the names particularly is of different characters, right? Joseph
One, two,
is
three, four, five,
probably
six,
three,
seven. One, two,
six.
three, four,
John
five,
is
six.
four.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think they have issue like it can read up to 8.
Yeah, exactly. So no, I'll give you a hint, sir. So it's not about the, it's not about the data length. It's about the data.
Yeah, it's about the data. They
Yeah.
are checking IDs,
What is the
name,
challenge in the data?
Yeah, that's what I want the answer from you.
male, female.
So see, so no, the data which we are reading it, and here the issue, and this is what the data no, we have built in the input statement. Okay, based on this one, this is the data. Now tell me what is the issue.
6. Salary, name, age. ID, name, age, 6.
Look at the data, ma'am, not the data length. Just look at the data. So why are we getting
This
this?
case sensitive. Is this something related to case sensitive?
No. Cases to only
It's
comes
not
in,
a case. Yeah, it's not a
yeah,
case sensitive. I
only
was like,
comes in the picture in different scenarios that we're gonna deal with that.
I don't see challenge in the data.
Okay, I mean, I think you have to observe
ID
more.
like 001.
Yeah, ma'am.
The ID,
Uh-huh.
no, 001, 002.
Okay. So
I think it is not trading like
yeah, why is it,
001.
ma'am?
Because like it will not read in this like 001, 002.
Yeah, so even after ID also it should be star. After name also it should be star.
Yeah, we have star,
After
right?
age
We
also
have star, right? So we have star over here.
no.
Uh-huh.
Living index, leaving the main first column,
Uh-huh.
generally it will take only for the data. So for the first column, whatever it is there, we have to keep accordingly, I believe. ID star, name star dollar, age star dollar.
Yeah, it's
So
like yeah,
uh-huh.
that's like
Okay.
correct, right? The name is correct. ID.
Yeah, so normally, so it is reading the entire data. Okay, what we have
Hmm.
mentioned ID as a, as a
Yeah.
numeric, but the first row is here. First row is here, sir.
First row is actually the names of the columns. So
Yeah. So
ideally, if it is ID star, it should be here also ID star.
no,
In the code also, it should be ID star.
no, sir.
No,
No,
no, no.
no. It's not the case. If you see here, so normally what we are doing is we are directly so in terms of .txt file. So as I said previously, it reads whatever the data in the file. Okay. Now, if you see here, in terms of the sample one, so in sample one, we have only the data part. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So data part, so it treats whatever the data in it. The same thing is, in sample three, it is the same thing. But here, but the real challenge is the first row is a column
Column
names.
names.
That's it. But it is still, considers as a data itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
If
Okay.
it is
so
considering, then it should print, right? Why it is not printing?
This
then
is
now tell
printing,
me,
right?
why it
ID.
is not printing. No, now tell me, why it is not printing. Why ID is not getting printed over here? Why are we getting the first column as null?
In fact, that was my
Because there are
question. I
no
don't know.
values, right?
We have
In
values,
first,
right? We have ID
no,
and
no,
then
not the,
001, 002.
Character.
no, the
It is
second
character.
line.
That's
It
the
is like,
Exactly.
oh,
Yeah, it is character. But because ID is the character, because ID is the alphabets. But here we have mentioned numeric. Sorry, right? We haven't mentioned
hmm.
dollar here. That's the reason ID,
Hmm.
cannot be read. Name name has a character value. Character,
Yeah.
name is defined as a character data. Dollar. So name has been read.
Hmm.
Same like with age.
Yeah.
Yeah, and same like with sorry, same like with sex, same like with age
mm-hmm,
and so on. The entire data got messed up. Right, ma'am?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the entire data got messed up because we have mentioned ID as a numeric here, but we have ID as a uh, hello. What is it? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can
Yeah.
hear you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a power cut. Not sure why it is power cut in Telangana.
So you in Hyderabad?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. So can you see my screen, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, do you get the point, sir? Why
Yes, yes.
why
Yeah.
I stressed on it. So as I said
Mhm.
previously,
Yeah.
.txt files, it will read the file as it is. Okay.
Okay.
Unless and
Mm.
until we mention some kind of options to not to read the first row, it reads the data as it is. Okay.
Yeah.
So we have ID, name, age, sex, cell. But we think it's a column names. But SAS doesn't think these are column names. It just reads these things as a names.
Data.
As a
Yeah.
Data.
data part. So that's the
Mm.
reason ID. So that's the reason we got this logical error stating that ID is a character value, but here we have defined the first
Correct
column
value.
as a
Yeah.
numeric value. Okay. Yeah. So in this case, so this data won't be working out. So we have other option to deal with that. The one, yeah, sample 3, 4. It's okay. So I just copy sample 3. And I'm going to create a new file over here. I'll just show you this. I'm going to remove this first row. Gonna create another one, a comma here, comma over here, and save as this as 3, 5. Now I'm gonna upload this one. Here is the upload options. I guess
Mm.
you have been doing it, I guess. Okay.
I understood. I have not uploaded the document data,
Oh, okay.
and I was trying to do.
Okay. Without, I told you, sir, for that, right, sir? Because SAS Studio is a web-based application, so we cannot
Mm.
access, data in our local servers, in local
Yes, yes.
computer. Yeah. So we have upload the data, and now while uploading, just click on where you want to upload. If you want to
Mm-hmm.
upload here, click on here and then upload. So at that time, you can see upload files to the particular folder. Or
Mm.
okay, so we have the data here, and now we can do our no error. Still error.
Wherein
Okay, in ID name. Okay, ID name, age, sex.
no, in the
Okay,
okay.
okay. Let me consider again. Let's see this.
Why?
Yeah. So now, what is the issue, sir? So ID name. So we have these numbers, right? So what is the issue? Just look at the data and tell me what is the issue.
TLM.
Sir, quickly.
Count.
So we have data in this way. Let's look at the data. Okay. And just look at the column names.
ID name.
Column names we are defining. Whatever that we define, it will
Right.
come same, right?
Right. Yeah. No.
So
What we
there
have.
would not be a change.
Yeah. What we have defined. So just if you see here, we have defined ID, name, sex, age, and sal.
Name, sex,
For name and sex, we have we have mentioned as
character.
characters, but yeah. So, but we have considered 1 second. Yeah.
Sex, male.
Sex as
The third one.
yeah, third one,
Whereas
and fourth
That's
one,
actually
third
the
one,
sex
yeah.
is supposed to be fourth. So
fourth one. Yeah.
sex
So
should be fourth one.
yeah, we'll just interchange that one. And apart from that, what is the dollar? Sorry, comma. Yeah.
Rest all is fine. I think you can execute the code.
Okay. We got the data.
Mm.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Clear, ma'am.
Mm.
Yeah. You see here previously what it used to be sex
Sex,
and,
yeah.
and
Third.
age.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
So now tell me, where will we be getting the issue? If it is $6 age, okay. But
So character it is taking as numeric and numeric it is taking as character.
Seconds,
okay,
yeah.
but no, but so as per the rules, a calculator can have a numeric, sorry, a
Numeric
calculator
as
type
well.
can type yeah,
Numeric and like alphabet, yeah.
exactly. So why are we getting the issue? Because
Because
$6 can even take 25 as a data, right?
that's right. But character, it cannot be numeric. That's the reason we are getting the challenge.
No, character can also be like numeric and alphabet. Like,
Numeric can be character, but character cannot be numeric.
And numeric in the sense the data type you mean to say, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is the issue here, sir? So at what column will we be facing the issue?
Because age
Okay.
there
Yeah.
actually it is showing male female, right?
Male,
So
female, right?
age we
So
are keeping as numeric, whereas
numeric.
actually it is character.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Yeah. That's the issue, sir.
mm.
Yeah. Read this one. Now we get the correct data. Yeah. No errors. Yeah. So even in the log, it writes that note the infile, the
Mm.
I mean the path and the location and the file name in this way. Now so that is DLM and DSD. Okay. Now we can say that is not the difference between DSD and DLM. So DSD normally it reads data with only as a as a comma as a
Comma.
delimiter, and DLM it can read any special character. Okay. DSD removes double quotation marks from character values,
Mm.
but DLM can't. In terms of it reads
Mm.
to DSD it reads two consecutive delimiters as a missing value. Okay. It reads to consecutive yeah. So this is DLM. Sorry. Yeah. So it treats two consecutive delimiters as a missing value. Okay. When we assign at least one blank space between consecutive delimiters. Okay, in terms of So if you see here, in terms of DLM, we haven't mentioned. Sorry, DSD, we haven't mentioned any space between two consecutive delimiters. So that will be as a missing value. But in terms of DLM, let's try that one. Okay. Second. For example, we have two consecutive delimiters. Missing value with the sex, age, self. Okay.
Deep.
Data has messed up. It got messed up at the ID 4, the last one. You said the last one, XYZ. Okay. Try this
So
one.
missing value then, yeah.
Still the same. So it should work. Very remote version marks. That one, but it won't. It's a missing value, but even if it's a space between it works. Didn't won't work. Okay. That's what I have tried. The rule says that way. Let's try for single one. Yeah, so yeah, okay, apply this TST also. Yeah, it worked for this one. So what we have done is, we have created a single, we have used a single delimiter, and we have used space over here. Okay. If we haven't used space over here, sorry, we use DST over here. For DST, we don't use DST over here. Let's see. Okay. The data got messed up. If we use space here.
Space here.
Yeah. So we got the data. So it treated as a missing value, right? So that is the difference between DLM and DSD. So DSD, if you do, if we don't use a space in between, so that will be treated as a missing value. In DLM, there should be a space between two consecutive delimiters.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So in terms of DLM, it won't remove double quotation marks.
Yes.
Now, if we see here, let's start using this missing values thing. So we have DSD over here. So we have consecutive missing values. So here we have 1, 2, 3 missing values. Okay. We have here one missing value. So let's run this one. We have we use DSD over here. Okay. So we got 3 missing values. 1, 2, 3. So we have one over here.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So 1, 3, ma'am.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. We have one over here. Okay.
2, 3.
Yeah, here consecutive 1, consecutive 2, consecutive 3. Okay. Same thing here, consecutive 1, 2, 3, and one over here, the same one. So for example, if we use this one, if we don't use spaces in between the consecutive delimiters, and we use DLM over here, and now we'll see what happens. Okay. The entire data got messed up because of the rule. Okay, the rule.
Yeah, we don't use the space.
Spaces, exactly.
Yeah.
Here we have used spaces in between. Okay,
So
which
it
here,
will be,
yeah, here we have space in between. So here we can get the data clearly in a line way. Clear, ma'am? Clear, sir?
Yeah, yeah.
And now the third option is DLM STR. So DLM string. Okay. So when the data have strings as the as a delimiter, maybe from an external source or the raw data. Okay, then we can use DLM STR to read the data. As usual, uh, just like DLM STR, whenever you mention DLM STR equal to string, that should be in single quotation marks. Okay.
Sorry, can you tell what exactly the function of DLM STR?
DLM, so delimiter string. So STR means string.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
Whenever you have a string as a delimiter in terms of some kind of a name or something, so at that time, so you have to use DLM STR. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah. So even that delimiter as a string, so that delimiter string, it should be in the it should be enclosed in single quotation marks, just like the special characters. Okay.
So even DLM also will work and DLM star also will work?
Yeah. Using DLM is the best option. So no,
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Using DLM STR is the best option. My point is,
Hmm.
even DLM works, but DLM STR, using that is the best option. I would suggest, because it has its own specific agenda uh, to just only work on DLM string. Okay. Delimiter string. When the delimits are in terms of strings. So this is just a single letter. Okay, this is a word. I mean, more than one, one letter, a string. Okay, a string. So we have PRD as a delimiter over here. So we are just DLM STR equal PRD. We got the data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay. Yes, sir. Yeah, ma'am. Any questions here? DLM STR?
Yeah.
Sorry?
Yes, clear.
Okay.
Yeah.
And next one is DLM SOPT called option. Okay. So this particular option is something that whenever we have a string as a delimiter in the entire data. Okay. But sometimes what happens is this PRD is in capital and this PRD
Small.
is in lowercase. Okay.
Mhm.
At that time, it only reads the data. So it will be so normally whatever we mention in our code, it will be a case sensitive data. Okay.
Mhm.
So there is a case sensitive data. So it considers only the delimiters which are with the which are in capital letters.
Capital letter.
Yeah.
Okay.
In order to avoid that, we have a special option called DLM SOPT equal to option. Okay.
Can you show that the upper one when executed output data for that?
This one, sir.
For this one output data, can you show?
Yeah, put it.
What has happened here?
Yeah, just
The-
go to the log. We will get the issue with the third line.
Third layer.
Right.
So the entire third line has not been printed at all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Only two lines has been printed.
Printed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it will not treat like a small case letter.
Exactly.
But at least 7 it should print, right? Rest of the one it should print as
No,
missing data.
normally when you have a missing issue at the at the bottom lines, generally it won't print the data in that way.
Now, for example, if after 7 it is small PRD and after 8 it is capital PRD, then
Same. Let's try that.
after 8 capital PRD, you keep
Okay.
capital PRD.
Read the data or not. Okay.
Till it's the same.
Same. So normally
Yeah.
the error occurred at the line, because that being the
Hmm.
last line, it usually omits that. Okay.
Hmm.
So if it is so if this occurred at the first line,
Hmm.
PRT. So let's try the first line.
But if it is a huge data,
Mm-hmm.
finding where that PRD is in small,
No.
or as an example,
I'll tell you
maybe
that.
we might miss some important data, right?
That's what
If it is in big
I'll
data.
tell you that's how to deal with that. See
Hmm.
here, we got star. Sorry, missing 3 and 4. What is 3 and 4? We got 3 and 4 as the first line. Okay. The data will be some kind of completely messed up, so it will take the last one, with the before one and all everything. So for example, in your case, if we have the data in that way, okay, if you have the data in that way, uh, what happens? Yeah. So normally, sir, uh, this error, so this underscore, it points out which line has the error.
Hmm.
Okay. Okay. So in that way, you can go to that line and see what is the error. That's it. You see here, it pointed out.
Hmm.
Okay. So yeah, see here, we pointed out the error at underscore n underscore equal to 3. Is it? Yeah, 3, right? Which means it is the third
Yeah.
line. Error at the third line. So in this way,
Yeah.
you can just go to the specific line and just see what is the error over in that line. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So DLM SOP equal to I. So if you see here, we have some mixed case, we have prop case, we have uh, lower case, upper case, and so on. So everything will be considered. If you mention DLM SOP equal to I states that even if the data is case sensitive, it still considers. When case
Oh,
sensitive may be a capital or some other data, it still considers that as delimiter. Yeah. And now the difference between DLM again and DLM STR. Okay, DLM string. So you see here, whenever raw data has delimiters in terms of special characters or strings, uh, strings of same case, we use DLM or DLM STR to have the data properly. But whenever our raw data has delimiter as a string, and that is in multiple cases, okay, then we should specifically use DLM STR equal to string and with DLM SOP equal to I. Okay, that's what we have to do.
See, always better to use both, no?
Both
so
one,
it depends
which
on the
one?
like data.
No,
DLM
DLM
STR
SOP.
and DLM
Yeah,
stop.
and so
Both
yeah,
if we use,
both if you use it is helpful because
it is stop or soft, SOPT.
SOPT, DLM SOPT.
Oh,
Yeah,
SOPT.
yeah,
Hmm.
equal to I. So it's an option DLM SOPT. So DLM STR, DLM string, DLM SOPT equal to DLM string option equal to I. Okay, so DLM SOPT equal to I. Even DLM works with the strings, but specifically when you have case sensitive strings, at that time it's always it's always mandatory to use D, DL, DLM SOBT equal to DLM STR equal to string, DLM SOBT equal to I.
So,
Uh,
yeah.
and now the thing is the next one is first OBS. Okay, first OBS. So first OBS means first OBS equal to option, which means that uh, so it is the observation. So it is the observation from where we want to read the data. So it is the option from where we want we want to read the data. For example, we have 10 lines of data. Okay, in the external file. If you want to read the data from the second line of the data. So there's the best option. Use first OBS equal to our our own line from where from where we want to read the data. Okay. So from the second line or the first line or third line, whichever option we mention, from that line, the data will be read. Okay. We see here we have mentioned first verb is
So,
equal to
sorry, data will be what? Data
red,
will be
red.
red. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So here, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So here we have mentioned first verb is equal to 2, which means that so we told SAS that please read the data from the second observation.
Second.
I mean the second line. Yeah, ID 2. Okay.
We are clear. Your voice is clear.
Yeah, I mean again the power just went down, so the Wi-Fi. When I'm on my mobile network, mobile hotspot, my Wi-Fi. That's okay. That's it. Yeah, yeah. So here the data we got it from the second observation. I mean the second line, second row. Okay. Yeah. And next
So
thing. Yes, ma'am.
if you want to read the data like from third row, so we have to mention like 3,
First row is
right?
equal to 3. Yes. Anything.
Okay.
Yeah. So which means first row means first observation. So where do you
Yeah.
want to start the data reading from which observation?
Mm.
If we if you type 3 equal to some 3 or 4 something, so it treat that as the first observation.
Okay.
Yeah, the name itself tells that first observation equal to where. So where do you want the data as the first observation in the final data set?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. For example, if we have
So
the yes, ma'am.
it
Yes, sir.
specifies the row number.
Exactly, row number. So in the previous, no, we face an issue, right? Yeah, in sample three. Okay. In sample three, we have an issue, right?
Yes, yes. So we want to read it from the second line, then the
Second
first
Yeah.
line
line.
we would read.
Yeah.
So we want to read it from second line. Yeah, ID name 687. Okay. Still that issue. So ID name age. It is age.
Yeah.
Okay. No log, nothing. No log is clear. So we got the data. So we have so we have read the data from the second line.
Second line. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this is the other option. First OBS. And now comes the OBS. Yeah. So specifies the observation at which the data
So
processing to be end.
and okay.
Okay. So for example, we want to read until the third observation, or the fourth, or the third, or the 10th, or the, no, the 20th observation.
Mm.
So here, I just wanted to know only read the data until the first three observations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mentioned OBS equal to 3. So we got
So it will
Joseph,
be
Mitchell, and
yeah.
John. Yeah. So it will read until the first three observations. So 3 means it will stop at, no, it will stop reading until the third observation. I mean, the third row. Okay. The third line of the data. Okay. Yeah. The same thing for data part. So I want to read it. So we have around, so Okay, I mentioned 4 as the first OBS. I want to read that as the first OBS. What data is it?
Excel file does not exist. The same error I was getting.
Okay. So go to the properties, take the file name, and then run. That's it. So we have 4th observation. Agents, agent cell. So we got 4th observation. Okay. This here. 1 second, sir. Right, 5th one. Oh, we have double delimiters. Okay. Now it's fine. So we got 4 and 5. 4th row and the 5th row. Okay. Yeah. And now, for example, I want to start at the 2nd row and end at the 4th row.
Until okay.
Yeah. So at that time we use first purpose equal to 2, which means I want the data processing to start at the 2nd row and want to end the data processing at the 4th row. So how many? So ma'am, sir, how many rows in total? Will be getting in DS 5B dataset if you use this option.
2.
Right. Sorry, my bad. 3, sorry, not 2, 3.
It's 3, not 2.
Yeah, 3.
Until
2, 3,
4.
and 4.
It will consider 2 also. Second line also.
Yeah, 2, 3, and
Because
4.
this
Starting
will
from
start with
second line.
2.
first observation.
Yeah. So my bad. Yeah. It's 3, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. Okay. Starting from 2 and ending at 4.
And into the 4, yeah.
Yeah. Same thing for this one. Okay. We got 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
So anything, name it as any observation, anything, it will be still the same. Okay. Yeah. The next one is same thing. If you may find this one as a little different one. So here we have used. First is 3 and next and the end is 7. Okay. So this one, right? To create a new variable. So now to create a new kind of new series of numbering, we use a new variable equal to underscore n underscore. So which gives you the numbering series 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right. Okay. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It treats the data part. We use 3rd one, 7th one, right? What is third? Allen.
Third row, Allen. Yeah. Until 7th, right?
Yeah, until 7th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that way. And now this is another one. So if underscore n underscore n 3 colon 7. Okay. Yeah. 3 colon 7. So which means that we are selecting the data, the 3rd one, and ending at the 7th one. Okay.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Yeah. 3 colon 7. Yeah, there's another option to mention data in this way. So which we this one we can discuss more clearly in terms of when we discuss that if statement. Okay. Yeah. And the next part is now comes the the data. Whenever we have an issue with the data. Okay. So so no, not in terms of delimiters, but in terms of data shortage, at the end of the line, data missing at the end of the line. So how to deal with that? Okay. The first option is flow over. So flow over is something that it's a default option. Okay. It is something that uh, input. So the SAS reads all the input data, and if it doesn't find any input data after the end of the last input statement, I mean the last column name, it will jump to the next record. So that's called flow over. So it's a default option. Even in terms of for example, if you don't use this one, we have data here, right? So we have missing here, we have missing here. Once you read the data, we have three column names. Hmm, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got the
Missing
data
data
in
are
this way.
removed.
Yeah,
Missing data rows are removed.
exactly. So this is not reading as a space is not being considered as a because it is a numeric. Once you write this dot, it will consider it as a missing value.
Hmm.
Okay. So so for example, if you don't use this one, even just use a space, so flow over, same thing happens. Okay. There is no change in it. The thing is, it is a command. It's the statement that cause input statement to jump to the next record if it is doesn't find any values for all the variables. Okay, that's the use of this one flow over. So it's a
Today, when there were missing values,
Mhm.
it was considering, right?
No, it's not. It's not considering it, right? I mean, considering in the sense if it's I mean missing value in terms of so here the missing is so there is no data. It jumps to the next one. Okay. So it has
Can you
found some space. It had jumped to the next one. That's the
can you
reason.
remove X and put some numeric value and then execute? If because if number is missing, it is showing
No,
as
it's not about
this.
numbers. Okay, okay. For your sake, if you just put this one, the same thing happens. The thing is,
No,
here thing is, no, just
no,
go
no.
with, yeah, yeah.
Put number at the number place only. No? Then the character space X would be empty.
Okay, you mean, okay, in this way.
No, sir.
Hmm.
Towards the number where 2000 is there, right? About
Hmm.
2000 only you mentioned some number
Okay.
and remove X.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. So,
Don't bring it here. Now, if you are bringing it, you will consider as a
okay, okay. No,
second
no issues. No issues.
column.
Yeah. The same set.
Only three is now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So missing value in the sense, so this if if we go with the basics, basics that so missing values, if it is so the data reads until the space, until we have a space. Okay.
Hmm.
So what comes after the space? It goes to the next data type. I mean, no, the next column name.
Earlier, the first row was not coming, but now the first row is coming. Total four are coming. Earlier, only three were coming, right? Can you go to output data once?
Okay. Only three separate.
One, two, three, three only coming.
Yes. No, thing is, my
Okay.
point is, it's not about three or four or five lines. So it's about that. So whenever we have missing data, so treat the missing data with with some with some kind of an delimiter or a dot something because in numeric, so we have missing values as a dot, right? But
Hmm.
character, we have missing value as a space, blank space. But while reading the data, a SAS reads until the next, until the next available space, and it reads, once we get the available space, it stops there and go to the next column and reads the next, and reads the next available data. That's it. So here we have only two data points with spaces, with a space. Okay, it reads until 101. It don't find anything over here, and it goes to 300. So, sorry, 3000. This 3000 will be assigned to type, because we have the second column as type, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's the reason this 3000 will be assigned to type. So at that time, there is a problem of data no, I mean data mismatch or data data issues. So at that time, just apply a dot over here and then space. Okay, we get the data in this way. So normally it considers dot to be a missing value, and then go to the next type. That's it. Clear, sir? Clear, ma'am?
Yeah.
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 Even here, we have here the data is aligned correctly. The data right. So the flow is correct in a correct way. No, that's flow over. It's default option. Even if we use it or not, doesn't matter. Yeah. And the next option is miss over. So miss over values, whenever in terms of raw data or the external data at the end of the record. So whenever we have missing value at the end of the record, so in order to treat the data correctly, we use miss over. Okay. So normally, at the end of the data, when we have a missing value, so based on the type, if if it is a character, it will be read as a blank. If it is a numeric, it will be read as a dot or a period. Okay. For example, we have seen we have seen this example, right? If we don't use any kind of an option, we get the data in a messed up way. But if you use miss over, so at this situation, if you use miss over, this miss over, we got the data. Yeah,
It is only at the end it will consider, or
only at the
even in
end.
the middle also it will consider.
At the end of the line. Like end of the line means
Hmm.
it can be anywhere. So, for example, if I when can be anywhere. So it should be at the end. It should be at the end of the line. That's it. Yeah,
You mean to say at the end of row, then only it will consider.
yeah, end of the row. That's it. End of the row.
If it is in the middle of the row, missing value, it will not consider.
No, it won't consider. Only at the end of the row. You see here, we have miss over. We use miss over here. Yeah. So let's see what happens if we don't do miss over here. Data got messed up. But what happened is ABC F 50,000 and DF F 27. So
Only
salaries,
3 rows has come instead of 5.
this one got up to here. Salary. Okay. That's the reason. Use miss over, and we don't have to worry about the data issue. Yeah. Same thing for this one. Use miss over. We have multiple miss overs. If we have data issued here, we have data issued here. So everything is at the end of the line. So it takes care of it. Okay. Yeah. So now comes the picture. So we have another option called trunk over. So it works the same way as miss over, but has uh, a small difference between miss over and trunk over. Let's see that. Even if I use trunk over here, see here the same thing. Uh, Trunk over is more efficient option than miss over. Same data. I use trunk over here. I use miss over there. This is a miss over. This is a trunk over. Both work the same in terms of raw data. Okay, but what happens is in terms of external files, whenever we have data, so just upload this one, sir. Okay. Yeah, the sample 4 data we see here. The sample 4 as the data. Okay. See here, same data in this way. Likewise, same data. Okay. We have mechanic, we have pilot, we have missing value. So we have missing value at the we have missing profession at the third option. Third line we have missing uh, employee ID and job code at the fourth line. We go through, and now if I read the data with the help of miss over, okay, I get the data in a correct way. Same thing for trunk over. No, I get the data correct way. But what happens is, okay, whenever whenever we create a data, so for example, at the end of the line, whenever we have, so we mentioned and no, we mentioned the input length, input length with a desired number. For example, input length with uh, $10 dot, more than 8 characters, but the data in the external file is less than 8 characters. So at that time, Missile works in this way. It removes the entire last row. So even if we have data in the last row, it will be missing. Okay. Whenever the data is less than the um, mentioned length of a particular column, the entire data in that particular column will be will be treated as a missing value in terms of whenever we use miss over. Okay, that's the issue here. But whenever we use dot and whenever we use more than 8 characters, but the data in the column has less than less than 10 of 10 characters length. Now using trunk over, it still reads the data. No, there won't be any missing data or the truncation.
So it is always better to use trunk over
Trunk
only. Now,
over
why do we
over
need
miss
miss
over.
over?
So the options has been created. The options has been there in that way, sir. So it's always used, better to use trunk over instead of miss over. So just to handle the data in terms of missing values, just to handle the data in terms of length, so it's best to use trunk over instead of
Mm-hmm.
miss over. Yeah. So there's only difference, whenever whenever we use an external file. Otherwise, we can straight away use miss over anywhere. Clear on this, sir? Clear on this, ma'am? Any questions
Yeah.
here?
Mm.
Any questions are here?
Nothing.
No.
No.
Yeah.
And mm, The next one is stopover. Okay, stops the data when it reads a short line. This is little important. I mean, important in the sense whenever we have a short line. So always it's best to use a stopover whenever whenever you read a external file. Okay, so it tells you that if you have a short line, it stops over there. It stops data. It stops the SAS processing over there because we have an issue with the first line itself, because we have a short line at the first line itself, right? We are missing at the, I mean, short line means missing data at the first line itself. So it stops at the first line. Okay, input statement exceeded record length. Okay, so this is very helpful, sir. So it is helpful to find out where the actual error is in terms of data. Yeah, clear, ma'am? Yes, sir. So that is stopover. If you
Hello, Rajiv.
Yes, ma'am.
So if we want to stop the observation on second or third row, so we have to mention the number on the stopover. We can use it or like.
No, no, ma'am. Stopover only works whenever we have an issue with the end of the line.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, because here we have an issue with the data. I mean, my point is not the end of the line. My point is short line. Okay,
okay.
short line.
Mm-hmm.
Even if even if we don't have this, there's still a short line. Okay, so it stops.
Mm-hmm.
So it tells SAS to stop processing the data because we have an error. Okay, so if it is run correctly, then there won't be any issue.
Actually, why it is useful?
Stopover.
Hmm.
Yeah, for this one, whenever we have a short line, it tells us that so you have a short line, please look into it.
That normally also we will know, right? Even with the
Normally,
flow or wherever missing value is there,
hmm,
we will know, or else not that one. Probably trunk over. If we use trunk over and we see that missing values are there, then also we will know that.
no trunk
Right?
over, trunk over, it reads the data in a correct way, even though we have a short line, right?
Yeah.
Hmm? See here, we have data issue here.
Yes.
Any issue in the column in the log? No,
Um,
right, sir?
but it will show blank, right? At the place where it is missing, it will show blank. That we
No,
can see, and
no blank here, right, sir?
for trunk over, no blank.
No, no, I haven't used anything. I haven't used anything. You said it right.
Uh, if, if you are using trunk over, it will show as
Yeah,
missing value, right?
okay. For example, trunk over. Okay. We use trunk over, miss over. It shows missing value. As this being a
Yeah.
small data, you can you can easily identify that amount dot
Hmm.
amount is a missing data. But for not take it as a data with around some around 50 columns or around 10 columns or 20 columns with with around thousands of data points. I mean the
Yeah,
data
but
lines.
again, with stopover, it will not tell how many rows are having a missing data. It will stop at the first one. If you
No,
resolve the first one, probably it will again stop at somewhere else. It is
exactly
always
that
better when it is
happens.
a big data.
Mhm.
We should have it should tell us how many rows are not having data.
Yeah, so if it's a big data, it tells you how many rows are no, sir. The point is here. The point is stopover is useful in terms of large data. Why? It's because, for example, you have a large data and you want every data point should be filled up. Okay, in terms of external source, but sometimes external source data you may get some undesired data like like the missing values at the in terms of short line. So at that time, it's the programmer's call, sir, whether he has to consider whether if the line is short line, it's still okay, then go with trunk over. But if the line is short line, you have used stopover, you got the issue. Whether you want to move forward or not, it's the programmer's call. based on the
That's
business.
right. That may be useful partially, but if there are multiple data missing,
Hmm?
okay, then stopover will not tell us where all it is missing. Only once you resolve the first one, then it will show the next one
So my
when we
point
run
is,
it.
my point is, if if you resolve the first one, based on first one, you may get a thinking, right? How about the rest of the other values, right, sir?
Hmm.
Yeah, that's my point. So based on the first one, we may get a thinking that we may get an intuition that what if we have an issue with the other lines also. So at the same
Hmm.
time, you're gonna go to the data. I mean, the actual data. I mean, the external file and check the data whether data is missing or not.
Is
Okay.
there a code by which we can know how many rows has a missing data? Because what will happen is
Mm-hmm.
probably with the first one, as you are telling, we will know what should we do when the coming missing data. But if it is, for example, if it is 1,000 lines, okay, the programmer might say if there are 10 missing values, it is okay to consider. Okay. But we don't know whether it is 10 or 100 until unless we run each stopover, right?
Yeah. No. Stopover is only whenever we want to create. So
That's
in
right.
terms
The
of
first one, we say,
So
okay,
yeah,
consider it. Then it will stop at the second.
yeah,
We'll consider it. We
yeah.
don't know how many missing values are there, right?
Right, right,
So
right.
proper decision making will not happen even in that case also.
Right. So missing values is completely based on the data. So in terms once you go into advanced when in advanced way we can create a simple code to to treat the entire missing values. Okay,
Okay.
either to treat the missing values. For example, if you have missing value, for example, you have you want to replace all the missing values with zeros. You can do it.
Hmm.
Even if you want to count the number of missing values in a particular data set, you can do it. Okay. Once you go into next level, we can do it easily. Right, sir?
Okay.
Yeah. So replacing all the missing values, counting all the missing values, counting all the rows, that will be easy for you. Just
Okay.
just a few sessions away. So, okay, we have last two options. Okay. Yes, sir, we'll just quickly go with the questions which you have, sir. It will late for
No,
you.
my question now I understood. Actually, I have not uploaded the file. That is the reason I was getting the challenge.
Okay.
Now I got the answer.
Okay. How about you, ma'am? Any questions?
No. Good.
Okay.
And Rajiv,
Yes.
when we are practicing, if we get a doubt,
Mm-hmm.
is there any like in my previous coaching centers, we used to have a customer support wherein if we are having a doubt, we can connect with someone and clear it. So when we are practicing here, do we have anything as such?
No, sir. If you have any doubt, then just ping me in WhatsApp. I'll just give you the reply as soon as possible. Yeah.
Sometimes it might happen that we can't be in a position. For example, in today's case, when I was practicing,
Mm-hmm.
every time it is showing that the file path does not exist. Okay.
Yeah.
So sometimes I might not express it in a
Yeah,
WhatsApp in a
that's okay.
better
So,
way.
yeah, that's okay. The thing is, I can find out, based on the error, what kind of error you got. Based on it, I
Mhm.
can find out the issue. Okay.
Okay.
Send me the error and just little explanation that what are you doing now? What are you doing to
Hmm.
do? Which which
Hmm.
for which you got the error. Okay, just send me that.
Mhm.
I'll just try to give you the explanation as soon as possible. Yeah,
Okay, Rajiv.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and the next one is scan over. So if it is okay for you, ma'am and sir, then I'll just take the next 5 minutes of time.
This is the last one, right?
Yeah, we have 3 more options. Either we can do it or no. Either we can do it now or
Yeah.
or the next session.
I am okay. You can check with.
How about you, ma'am? Is it fine for you?
We can like in the next session it will be best.
Yeah.
There's too much like so I have to like recall everything and then we have to do practice.
Okay, yeah. No problem, ma'am. Yeah. No, we can do this in the next session. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else, sir? Anything else, ma'am? Any questions?
Nothing. If I have doubt, I will connect with you. And Rajiv,
Yes,
even
yes.
this file, if you can help us, that would be really great.
Which
Because
which
here you are practicing, right? This file will help us.
So, this entire file is in the, is in the handout which I have, which is in there in the, this, let me see. Uh, One second. I'll just show you the handout. Yeah, this is the infra statement handout, sir. It has,
Uh-huh.
many other options. I mean, just, go through those options also. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Apart from what I have mentioned here, so, these are all there
No,
in
but
this handout
here,
itself.
for example, for delimiter, there is some points you have mentioned. Those points are also there.
All these points have been
Ah,
copied from my handout itself.
okay,
Instead of
fine.
showing you this one, I know I would copied this one. That's it. Copied here. That's it.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah.
okay,
So every points, all the all the data points are from my handout itself. Okay. I mean, I have
okay,
mentioned few other options. Just go through that. Okay. Apart from these options, so we
sure.
only left with 3 more options. One is scan over. Other one is file name statement. Last one is file name. Yeah, scan over. One second. And then yeah, scan over and equal to variable and file name statement. We have another option called LRECL. But that I'll be covering you in the next session.
So next week it is 3 days or 2 days?
For now, it is 2 days itself. No, the first batch is almost getting completed. So once that will happen, then then we can shift to 3 days or 4 days. Yeah,
No, 3 days should be fine because we have to practice also. Without
yeah,
Yeah.
practicing,
yeah. 3 days itself.
attending classes will
Yeah,
not be
it's,
useful.
based on your interest. 3 days or 4 days. Yeah, based on your interest. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fine.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
And
Mhm.
when we start 3 days classes, now probably if we